Alright, let's go. On the right side of the post-it note, which is to say the wrong side. Well, it's not the lost. I wouldn't have minded Forgotten. Tainted Forgotten, because I haven't played Sim. We played as Tainted Apollyon really recently. Delirium, both new endings, Greed mode. Simple. We'll go for the Beast. Good enough. This time I might even get a few more than 2 flies, if we get enough bad items. This is the character you kind of want to have bad items on. Why would chat be getting threatened by me? The implication was I threatened Valinar, although I didn't need to, as it turns out, because he downloaded Fortnite because he saw it had Splatoon in it. That apparently was the turning point. Ooh. Cheeky fire. Something good, something bad. Fire rate up. I like having a good fire rate. It is a damage down, because you can't have just nice things, of course. You were talking about Valinar, but you referred to him as chat. Is that what happened? Valinar isn't chat. Chat is a hive mind. Basically, the Borg without the desire to well, okay, it's the Borg, but without the desire to It's like the Borg, but you're not as cool. Nailed it. Splatoon is in Fortnite as of Sunday when the new event started. Not literally Splatoon, just the stuff from Splatoon it's kind of been ripped off. I know, it's hard to believe Fortnite ripping something off, but it has. You can turn into a puddle of T1000 metal and squirt your way along the floor. Sorry for my choice of words there. Damn it, I was looking at chat.
Did you see that, Zach?
And you can also turn everything into metal, and you can jump through walls. Oh, and also it stole some stuff from Apex as well. I do not like Splatoon, no. I've only played the second one and I didn't like it. Thank you, Cooper, for reusing your Twitch Prime. We need a Twitch baby name, and our Twitch baby name will be Horse. Wait, who did I say I was going after? The Beast, so we don't need to go to alternative floors just as well. I probably should have just absorbed Speedball, but oh well. Why? I don't remember. I didn't play much of it. Oh wait, yes I do remember. The multiplayer is unplayable because Nintendo Internet is shit. And then I played a little bit of the single player, but it was boring. The multiplayer could be really good, but the bad online services that Nintendo provides makes it irrelevant. That they also charge you for, just as a reminder. I'm not going to be playing Splatoon 3 now. I didn't even know it was out until somebody said that last week. I also didn't know it existed until someone mentioned it might have been out. Nintendo does not do a good job with advertising outside of its own live streams, which I don't care to look at. What the hell is a salmon run? I don't know what you're talking about. Isn't it squids and octopuses or something? A salmon run? Speaking of runs, this wasn't to link to conversation about IBS for the record. The Naruto run is in the Fortnite store today. I was tempted, but then I was like, I don't really want to get rid of any of my emotes just for a Naruto run, especially because I don't have a Naruto skin. And then I figured, oh, eventually he'd probably be in the store with the run included in a pack. So I'll just wait for that. It's a PvE mode. Yeah, I played a little bit of the solo mode. I remember fighting a big boss. That's about it. But we're getting away from the reason, well, I mean it's Tuesday so I always play Isaac, but specifically the thing I wanted to talk about, we don't have a spacebar item and this is pretty good now. I'm not getting things I hate enough to not absorb, or to absorb, sorry. The thing I wanted to talk about was on my day off I made the rather questionable decision of watching the animated version of The Killing Joke. But to give people time to arrive before I start talking about that, I have a very small story which is going to make me sound like an old man, and it is related to my bins. But I have to tell it because I couldn't believe it. It's when you splat salmon and steal their eggs for Mr. Grizzle, a bear who wants fish stuff. Hi kitty. So anyway, my bins.
See that stack?
Oh, thank you, Oracle M, for using your Twitch Prime and giving me something else to mention. Oh, I have, hang on. I have access to the new thing that Twitch is doing, which is just a rebrand of an old thing Twitch used to do. A boost train is close. If a hype train starts, Twitch is going to pretend to put me on the front page, playing a game that no one on the front page would be interested in seeing, for the record. But it is a thing if a hype train starts. Guppy's eye and something that would kill me. There we go. But don't feel obligated. It would be better to do one during like a multiplayer game. Hello, Elko. So anyway, my bins. I was taking some recycling to my recycling bin on my day off, and I opened it and found that someone had once again decided that it's okay to dump stuff in a bin that isn't theirs, especially when it's stuff that shouldn't be there, so they don't have to deal with trying to get rid of it. And I'd ask you to guess, but there's no way in hell you'll ever guess. Because even if you guessed singular, you would never have guessed that there was two. A battery? Nope. No, I'm not talking about The Killing Joke yet. I was building up to that. I'm talking about what I found in my goddamn recycling bin on Monday. I'm giving people a chance to guess, even though they have absolutely no chance of getting it right, unless they're the ones that put it there, in which case you'll hear from my lawyer. I don't actually have a lawyer, that's just what I call my gun. Anyway, there was not one, but two, presumably broken, because I don't know, slow cookers. Two family-sized, not personal-sized like the one I have, family-sized slow cookers, missing their glass roofs. Just put into my recycling bin where, one, they don't belong because it's not whoever's bin that did it, and two, you don't put electronics in the recycling bin. So whoever did it was like, yeah, I don't want to have to try and get rid of this because it's annoying, so I'll just make it someone else's problem. I could not believe the audacity of it. And I suspect I know who it is, but I didn't see it happen. I also have some new neighbours. So I'm like, that's adding up, but I couldn't prove it. So what I did was I took the two slow cookers out of my recycling and I put them neatly next to my neighbour's gate. And they're still there as of me saying this. And I've also, I mean, all my bins were locked because I was sick of people using them when I first moved in here. But the one I have in my recycling bin broke quite a while back. So it's been the only bin I have that doesn't have a lock on it. And wheelie bin locks that actually work are very expensive. But I've decided I'm getting another one because I'm not having that happen ever again. So one is on the way and will hopefully arrive later this week. They cost almost 30 quid each. The ones that I know work for sure because I've used them. It was mostly my own fault turning the key in it too tightly once during winter and the key snapped off. You can get them off, but the extra, like, it's quite easy to pull them off the bin and get in. But the extra annoyance for a person who's clearly being a lazy F-word, because we're early in the video, they're not going to do it. They're going to try it, see it's locked, and go over to a bin that isn't locked. I should put a warning on the bin. I have a warning on my private space for a car I don't own. Not to park there because it's a private space and not to be used for people going to the shops. And people pretend not to be able to understand English when it's convenient. It's like, no, that's not for me. It's for other people. So that's my old man annoyance out the way, but of all the weird shit people have put into my bins, that's first place. 2 full-sized slow cookers is definitely first place. Second place is still the pizza box with 95% of a pizza in it. That's still second place.
Feels like I'm walking on sunshine.
Someone for health. Get a spike strip. I wonder what the legality of that is. Because I would if it was legal. Did I get the item room on this? No, I haven't. Let's kill the boss since we're here first, actually. Since we have Crack in the Sky ready. I was expecting a bit more than that. Still good though. Funnily enough, my neighbours who just moved in also got a new sign for their space to also say, hey, this is private parking, and it also got utterly ignored, so now they just perpetually keep their car in the space. I guess they have 2 cars. I'm not 100. Again, I don't know them, so I don't know. But I guess they must have 2 cars because that one never leaves the space now. I'm not breaking the law and slashing their tires. I put the slow cookers by their gate. I can't prove it was them. Granted, I don't think anyone else around here would have deliberately lugged 2 slow cookers over to specifically my bin. They would have passed other ones that were open had it not been one of my neighbours. But I've still got more than one neighbour, so you know, it could be like the guy 2 doors down. I don't know. But I am keeping more of an eye on it. Like, the annoying part is I can see my bins from my office, but if I'm recording for a tabletop channel, it's, you know, I'm not listening. If I'm doing a stream, I've got headphones on, so I can't hear. Did I get the item room? I feel like I've been in every direction. Cat of Nine Tails was the last boss item. I'm not paying for a CCTV camera just to catch someone putting things in my bin. Let's just go. I do not remember. Anyway, the real reason I brought you here today is because I wanted to talk about the animated version of The Killing Joke, one of the best short stories that exists in Batman sort of canon. Hello Midnight, welcome to the stream. I'm mostly going to be rambling about things which is not the game. But I think that's probably normal amongst Isaac players. So anyway, I knew 2 things going in. Well, I read The Killing Joke obviously, so I know the story of it, but I knew 2 things about the animated version going in. One, they wanted to get it to feature length, and The Killing Joke is a really short story, relatively speaking. It's not multiple issues. It's like 50 pages long, if that. So, oh, we've got a planetarium. So they put a bunch of shit in to try and get it to, we know where stuff is, feature length. And they still didn't manage it because it's 87 minutes long, which is not feature length. And I won't use the R word because again we're still early in the video for YouTube, but Batgirl sexually assaults Batman as part of the story. That's the other thing I knew, which does not happen in the book. But I had no idea just how bad the first half an hour was, which is the stuff that is not in the book. It is just all crappy filler, and whoever did it for some reason felt that The Killing Joke needed to be kind of reworked to be a story about Barbara Gordon becoming Oracle, as opposed to what it's actually about, which is about Batman trying desperately one last time to save the Joker, and the Joker wanting to like kill him again, because that's his whole shtick. Good things about the movie though. Great hearing Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill again reprising their roles. Loved hearing the various monologues from The Killing Joke in their voices. Batman does a great monologue when he goes to Arkham Asylum, which in the book version is right at the start, and in the animated version is 30 minutes in. What is this? Oh, it gave me a stat up and a heart. Okay. And Joker desperately wanted to prove that anyone can become him. He's not broken, but he is. And Mark Hamill doing his rendition of telling the joke at the end is also very good. Although Kevin Conroy trying to laugh as Batman didn't quite work for me, because obviously Batman's not really supposed to laugh. But that's what I liked. I liked hearing those two again. They both gave it their all. But everything else, including whoever was voicing Commissioner Gordon, didn't like that. Whoever was voicing Bullock sounded more like they should have been Commissioner Gordon. But that's a small nitpick in the grand scheme of things. If you don't want to have just like a 30-minute, really faithful recreation of the Killing Joke, you could pad it out a little bit, make it maybe like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, just add a little bit here and there. But they were so desperate to try and get it to 90 minutes that they just added all this garbage. They added a side story which really comes across like the main story, because the Joker isn't mentioned until 30 minutes in, 40 minutes in, where a criminal, ironically voiced by John DiMaggio, who also is the Joker's voice actor for like stuff that Mark Hamill can't be asked doing. Him being a gangster that like has an unhealthy obsession with Batgirl, and then just the way it portrays Batman and Batgirl's relationship is also just super creepy. Oh, and they gave Batgirl a flamboyantly gay friend to moan to about how she wants Batman's dick. That was definitely worthwhile of wasting time and acting and animation. That is almond milk. That is a sin. Get out of here. It's especially weird just because that's not the kind of relationship they have. The age difference makes it creepy. And he doesn't reciprocate, for the record. She is pining after him, which is also not in Barbara's character as far as I'm aware. I've never seen her pine after Batman like that. But they have to have her do that so that there's some drama, and then Batman sees that the gangster's like obsessed with her, so he tells her she's off this case. Like, that's another thing, they treat their vigilantism like it's professional. It's like, you're getting too close to this guy, you're off this case. What do you mean I'm off this case? Like, they talk like that, and it's so bizarre. It's like, he can't stop you. And one fight leads to Batgirl somehow pushing Batman over. I forget, I think she throws him over his shoulder or something. And then she kisses him forcefully against his will. And then she undoes the top of her costume, implying she's about to get naked. And then it cuts to the next day and she's talking about how they had sex and she loved it. And then Batman doesn't acknowledge it at all, which implies that she raped him. Against his will. And then he doesn't want to talk about it, and she does. And then she actually says the line when she's arguing with him over the radio, "It was just sex, can't we just forget about it and go on like nothing happened?" Like, that is actually a line she says. Which again does not strike me as something Barbara Gordon would say. It was super creepy and it came across like fan fiction. Like, what else is who wrote the animated version? Like, what else have they done? Because they give off a lot of creepy vibes with how they portray Barbara and how they think she would act around. Like, it treats Batman like she's her, like the assistant. Like, it's massive vibes of the assistant and the boss that the assistant wants to get with but doesn't realise the repercussions. But that's not how vigilantism works. You don't clock in for a shift, accidentally have sex with your boss, and then go have coffee with your gay friend. That's not how it works. What else have they done? Like, have they done any other Batman stuff? Have they wrote comics, animated movies? Because some of the animated movies are really good. And the quality of the animation I had no problem with. Some of the scenes I thought looked cheaper than the others, but it looked fine. Batman Gotham Knight from 2008. I'm not familiar with that. Also slightly confusing because there's a new comic series to tie in with Gotham Knights, the game called Gotham Knights. Comics does have a problem with women not being written well, but I've never really seen it so blatantly applied to an animated like thing based on comics. Why am I going up here? Collection of short stories about Barbara, or you know who would have been a better narrator for it? No one, really. Just do it like it's done in the comic. For the bits where it's about Batman, have Batman narrate. Where it's the bit where it's the Joker thinking about his pretend or maybe real past, just have him narrate. Well, that's the other thing. I liked Mark Hamill's like Joker voice, but normal Joker. Like he's just a pathetic little wimp, but you can still tell it's him doing the voice. Of course, as he says in it, it's... well, I'm not taking that. It's one version of his backstory. All you need to know is he's had a traumatic experience that turned him into what he is, and the version you're seeing is just one possibility. It's not necessarily what actually happened. Batman encountered different enemies, it's quite good. Oh, the short stories that all had a different animation style. I have seen that, actually. Or I've seen an animated movie where it was a bunch of different animation studios doing, like, their interpretation of Batman. That's pretty neat. It's a bit like the Animatrix, except good. That is it? Okay, that was good. I don't remember any of the stories being particularly endearing. It was just neat to see so many different animation styles. But you can tell that it's two different stories, because as soon as they get into the actual Killing Joke stuff, Barbara's only there to get shot. Like, the story isn't about her, even though something horrible happens to her. She's just a means to an end. So her narration stops when it gets to the proper stuff, which makes sense. And there's no narration. And then the story plays out like it's supposed to. And then, for no reason, at the very end they added on a bunch of stuff where it shows that she's now Oracle. I'll just absorb that. Does that make the flies bigger? It did. Nice. Like, if you do end up watching it, oh, and I didn't even explain why I ended up watching it. It's because when I was on a, I think it's presumably mostly an online toy retailer, to find super cheap miniatures for the Fallout game or the Elder Scrolls game. I happened to notice because I just searched to see if they had any Batman stuff. It was like, hey, the Blu-ray of the Killing Joke, £3. I was like, okay, I'll watch it for £3. And I don't regret watching it for £3, but I regret watching the first half hour. Skip ahead to Bullock, even though it's not a scene from the comic, but they give like that. Oh, actually, that's a thing that doesn't make any sense. The Killing Joke book just starts with Batman going to Arkham Asylum to talk to Joker, and it's perfect. But they decided to give him a reason in the animated version to go talk to Joker, which is they find a bunch of people who've been dead for like 3 years. And they frame it like Batman's going to go get Joker to confess. But then when he gets there he says, I'm not going to do anything, he'll end up confessing anyway. And then they just have him do the monologue from the start of Killing Joke, where he talks to the person he thinks is the Joker. But then discovers that the Joker escaped. Which is just an absolutely wonderful monologue about him knowing that it's going to end with one of them killing each other and he wants to try and help him. But it made no sense logically. Like, you could have that scene where a bunch of bodies are found, and you could use that as an excuse to go talk to Joker. Like, that's his in, because maybe they don't like him going there because it annoys the patients. You know, you could have something like that. There's just a little bit of a gap in logic. It's like they felt they needed you... I guess they could have had Batman and Batgirl taking down some generic thugs to open up the thing, just in case anyone isn't familiar with who she is. Show that they're working together, you know, that kind of thing. But there's just so much garbage. Like, why not? Oh, that's another thing, just in terms of the new stuff they added, just making no sense. She's showing her library gay friend the system she's working on, where she can look at every security cam in the city for some reason, which isn't an invasion of privacy at all or anything. And she just so happens to look at one that's just so happens to be pointing at a car, and just so happens is at the right angle that she recognises the gangster that's infatuated with her. And that gives her the hint of where to go. There has to be stuff like that happens in stories, coincidences, but there's a limit to the level of coincidence that I'm willing to accept. And that ain't it. You know what they should have done was keep that as a... Like, have all that Batgirl stuff, even the nasty raping Batman stuff, fine. If that's what you want to do, have it. Have it as a separate story on the same DVD. And then have the Killing Joke, and they're sort of connected. You know, that kind of thing. Don't try and pretend it's the same story, because it's not. God. Well, either way, despite how much I'm complaining about it, I am recommending to watch it. If you don't want to read the comic, although I would actually just suggest the comic. The art holds up. The story is very good. But if you prefer moving pictures, just skip the first half an hour. From when Batman and Bullock are talking to each other, or from when he walks into the asylum doors, just watch from that point on. And then stop watching after the joke. Don't watch the epilogue.
It was worth it!
Hello Slicer, thank you for resubbing. Tier 2 for 12 months. Been lurking since Overwatch days? Well, have I got news for you, because that's what we're playing after this. We played it on Friday as well. Only bot matches to get back into it, but still. Are we sure that's a year? No, there's no way to be certain. We're watching Isaac, but I was talking about the animated movie The Killing Joke, which is an animated version of a very good Batman story that has some very, very bad decisions made regarding the animated version of it. Oh yeah, it did make me look out the book version and look it up, because in my memory, after the joke and after Batman and Joker are laughing, I had it in my memory that Batman strangles Joker, and then in the animated version he just kind of pushes him down on his shoulders a little bit, and I was like, I don't remember it like that. But I checked, and that is what he does. He doesn't strangle him. So my memory was wrong. He is still kind of aggressively pushing him down by the shoulders, but no, you can very clearly see it's not his neck being wrung. I imagine the very final conversation between Batman and Joker is on YouTube. In fact, I'm almost certain I watched it at some point. So you can definitely just probably see that part. Although I think the conversation in the asylum first makes it matter more. because then you know why Batman is trying so hard to appease him.
Over it.
What do you mean it's gone? How can you have spent our savings?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the comic is better. There's no sexual assault, but then I remembered what Joker does to Barbara. So, nope, never mind. Oh, well, found that early. Yeah, a lot happens to Jim. That's because he's more important to the story. Barbara is a side victim. A Three Jokers animated movie would be a fantastic idea. Yeah. Get Mark Hamill to be the old one. Get John DiMaggio to be the Killing Joke one, because he voiced Joker in the Killing Joke animated movie. Not Killing Joke, sorry, Death in the Family. That's what I meant. Death in the Family. And then get the guy who voices Joker in the Injustice games. He can be the clown. That would be amazing. Yeah, an animated Three Jokers with three notable actors doing the Three Jokers would be perfect. As long as they don't try and pad it out. Speaking of which, I recorded a battle report today using the Three Jokers. That's why it was on my mind again. I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing something like that. I'm pretty sure it sold well, even though it's not a canon story. Still need to order them? You missed your chance for getting 3 for 2. Wait, they came in a box together. That doesn't help, even though there is 3 of them. I think 3 for 2 in that instance would just mean you ordered them and then some bits were missing. Ooh. How can I fandangle getting these hearts? Hang on. Yeah. Okay, I got 1. Yeah. Nope. If I get another bomb, I'll come back. They cut their promotion early? I thought they extended it. Because it was running till the end of today, wasn't it? Okay. Put it right there. Go. Aha! That might save us, that extra heart. They ended it yesterday? Did they? Oh, hello Zero, sorry I missed that. Nice.
You need to confess your sins and become saved. Let his light inside you cleanse your soul.
You are insane.
You are taking this too far. Did you hear how you sound?
Pray for your salvation. Come, pray with us, Isaac.
More than 3. Well, I saw them say in a post if you wanted to get more than 3 things, you had to do separate orders. Yeah, if you wanted the promotion to apply. Too late now. They might do some kind of promotion at Black Friday. That's usually when they do another one. Definitely didn't skip any item rooms because I could just absorb everything I didn't want. Flies go over scenery, I have advantage. If you remind me at the end of this run, I'll take a look out my window and see if I can still see those slow cookers. I wish I had a bit more HP to, like, not guarantee a win, but have a much better chance.
Wait!
I don't think you can get spirit hearts from these.
Your son needs you!
Nope, just a bunch of spiders.
Just can't do this.
Oh, a bit late. Can I absorb that? Nope.
Please, please don't leave us!
Oh, someone put 2 slow cookers in my bin. My recycling bin. But you had to be here for the story. I tried that, I feel like I have, but no I haven't. Speed 10 is okay. We're slightly too fast. Oh, no bombs now. There's some bombs. Unfortunately they're attached to people. It's gonna be over here. Still could be. Whoa. Okay. Ooh, okay. 9 lives? That's a spicy choice. Ah, crap. Blood Puppy is a bad choice. 9 lives. 9 lives. 9 attempts to die at Dogma over and over if I don't kill him once is not great. And I don't think there's anything else I want over here. You were babysitting. If I'd had less health I would have taken it just because, but we've got just enough that I don't want to lose 2 red hearts to taking it. That's good. Does this give me anything? Nope. Golden key, where were you before? If I hadn't accidentally blown up that key bagger. Well, we've got a hell of a tier right, if nothing else. Yeah, that's fast. The wages of sin is dead, or whatever the hell it is he says. I made the TV scared. I mentioned that the internet is making it obsolete. Go little flies, go. Not that one. I don't think there was a beam where I got hit by a beam there. Although I was just chancing it. Not doing quite enough damage here. My flies aren't landing because they're flying around. I don't control when they fire, they just do. I thought I was between those. If we do kill him, we'll get a kill, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. He stands still quite a while when he's doing this, though. Ooh. He fires less when he's scared. Damn it. That did, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on, one or more. There we go. We'll get a heal, but I don't know how much of a heal. Oh, that's actually quite a lot. Okay. And a lot of these attack you straight on, which is quite good for us. Oop. I think one of the flies hit me. Okay, one down. Brr, 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 brr. Three of them, huh? Oh, the other one didn't land because he changed forms. My flies are superior to yours, I think. He is dead. I think I'm going to save Curse Guy, or Crack this guy, sorry, for the actual beast. Oh dear. Damn it, couldn't get away in time. Hugs! Bad hugs. Facepalm. That was a tight fit there. You had to come from that side when all my flies were the other side, huh? Oh, he died! Perfect. He was about to do the part I don't know how to dodge. Well, hopefully that did a lot of damage. Because I ain't. Well, he's slowing down early. It should be like the final boss of Sunbreak, where if there's stalagmites on the ceiling when he does this, you should suck them in and take damage.
Did you see that, Zack?
I absolutely did not, but thank you whoever it was. Thank you Hurricaden for using your Twitch Prime. You're very welcome. Oh, God. I'll read your message properly in a second. Oh, damn it. Bad luck. Oh, changing again already, huh? I don't know how to dodge this. Especially because there's those there. Which, like, can I just... We're killing him slowly. He doesn't usually do this attack. Oh, we're gonna die to... Well, okay, I just dodged badly then there, but we got hit twice by just random RNG falling. That sucks, because we almost had him. So that's a no to an unlock, sadly. You got some of your friends to play Deep Rock and now they're hooked? Got another one.